If you only got to pick 3 exercises to improve your speed and explosiveness, what exercises would they be? Well, if you're feeling slow and unathletic, I have 3 exercises that you have to be doing in your athletic training workouts to guarantee explosiveness and speed gains. These exercises are great if you don't have a lot of time to do workouts or you can't follow a dedicated program. And also, I'm gonna break down why everything else is kind of pointless. The first exercise is going to be max effort timed sprints. First, all you need to do is go find open space to sprint for about 20 to 30 yards, at most 40 yards. Then get 2 shoes or cones and set them up at the start and the end. Then set up your phone in an awkward spot and start recording where you can see yourself starting and see yourself finishing past the second cone. Now click record and record yourself sprinting. Once you finish the sprint for the recommended distance or time, you're going to go to your Photos app, whether it's Google or Apple. Then you're gonna go to the edit button and then scroll to the second your hand moves at the beginning of the sprint, and the second the middle of your hip ends at the end of the cone. Now subtract the end time with the start time. And now you have your time for the recommended distance you sprinted. And if you want to make this variation even better, I suggest you do sled resistance or hill resistance. So all you need to do is strap a sled around your body and then do the same exact setup, but with the sled band resistance or hill resistance. If you made this far in the video, I just wanted you to check out my speed improvement checklist. This is actually a full workout checklist where you can make sure you're doing the right things at least 2 to 3 days out the week, so you will guarantee success in your speed training. It's kind of like everything you need to know for improving your speed, but it's free. It's just a little PDF. Go check it out. It's in the description or in the pinned comment. Hope you guys enjoy. The reason this is important is because you need to sprint to get faster. This will improve the threshold of your force production and your ability to be fast. So if you're actually timing everything, you'll be able to auto-regulate and improve your central nervous system, your elasticity, and your rate of force development, which are some of the most important things for your sprint speed. And if you spend too much time not focusing on the stimulus of sprinting faster, which comes from racing people or timing yourself or having resistance, then you're never going to actually move the needle of breaking down the time by 0.2 every single workout. And then all of a sudden you kept breaking down by 0.1, 0.2, 0.05, and now in 3 months, now you run a whole second faster because you constantly timed yourself and try to get that little inch every practice. Then you recovered and got a little bit faster for the next practice. If you're wondering how much reps and sets to do, I probably just do until you burn out. So I would rest for about 3 to 4 minutes in between every sprint. You need high rest so you can have max explosiveness, max output. And then the second you start slowing down by about maybe 5 to 10%, then you are done for your speed training. Second exercise, I want to add a plyometric with horizontal momentum. So it's going to be hurdle hops, specifically short hurdle hops on this one, but you could also do the tall hurdles if that's all you have. So for setting up the hurdle hops, you're going to do about 3 to 4 feet between each hurdle, and you can even use a shoe. It doesn't actually really matter what it is. It could be a cone, a shoe, a tennis ball, as long as you have something you can visually see that you need to jump over. Do about 5 to 6 hurdles. You can even do 4 hurdles, and then you're going to start at the first hurdle, jump over the hurdle, and then pop off the ground like it's lava. But just because of lava doesn't mean you don't want to jump high. You want to jump as high as possible while keeping the ground contacts fast. You're going to pop, pop, pop over every single hurdle without a pause in the middle. But if you're a complete beginner, then you can do the pause in the middle where you jump over a hurdle, pause, stick the landing for about 2 to 3 seconds, and then jump over the hurdle again. But if you're advanced, you can do the pop off variation. If you want to change this up to do acceleration, you can actually make the hurdles taller, and this will use more muscular dominance, which actually transfers well to acceleration sprinting. And if you're really advanced, we could change this up and do single leg hurdle hops where you're just jumping off 1 foot, but you're still trying to pop off as fast as possible over 4 to 6 hurdles for about maybe 3 to 4 sets. The reason why this is important is because we need to develop the stretch shortening cycle under fast loads. We don't want to improve your explosiveness by doing slow things. We want to do things that require fast ground contact times, high reactive strength, and high transfer of elastic energy. So to improve the ability to transfer elastic energy, you need to pop off the ground fast to activate the fast stretch shortening cycle. Anytime you do a plyometric where there's actual momentum, and what I mean by momentum is you're moving forward, it automatically transfers to jumping and sprinting a lot more versus just standing plyometrics that are stationary. It's kind of like how basketball is. If you hear a lot of good coaches that always tell you don't do stationary basketball work because it is helpful to sense there is some good stuff you should be doing stationary, but the highest transfer will always be something on the move, like freestyle, full court, one-on-one. Now that we have two plyometric exercises, probably two of the most potent plyometrics, I want to do one strength movement. You don't need a strength movement, so if you can't do this, then that's perfectly fine. But these three exercises probably will give you the most gains. This one is going to be a barbell split squat. You can even do a rear foot elevated squat if you don't want to do a barbell one with dumbbells or just your body weight. For the barbell split squat, all you want to do is hit a simple split stance. And you can even kind of start in a little bit of a quarter stance. And then you want to lower the body until the knee touches the ground. Once the knee touches the ground, you pop off and you want to drive the bar up as fast as possible, but do it in a safe way. Don't overextend the back. Don't lose balance. Try to start off just by progressive overloading, and then once you get comfortable with the exercise, you can start trying to drive the bar up as fast as possible. Then we're following basic progressive overload principles. So we're just going to start off with maybe 5 to 20 pounds and then over time add 5 to 10 pounds every single session until you probably get about 1.4 times your body weight, 1.5 times your body weight in strength. So if you weigh 100 pounds, being able to barbell split squat, 150 pounds is probably the optimal amount of strength you need to run very, very fast. Then I want to give some other variations. I really do like the rear foot elevated split squat. So it's very simple. All you're doing is putting the back foot onto a chair or onto a stable surface. And now you're really doing the kind of like a single leg squat is what I like to call it, where you can hold dumbbells, you can do a weighted vest, or you can even do your body weight. You can do a barbell, you can do a Smith machine. I'm just going to show dumbbells for this one. You're going to lower down for 3 seconds. This is also the same for a barbell. You lower down for 3 seconds. You pop off and explode up as fast as possible. This really trains unilateral strength or even split stance strength for the barbell squat, which is really, really important for sprinting because everything you do in a sprint is unilateral. Everything you do is on one foot. You never sprint on 2 feet unless you kind of count the first step of the block start, but even that is still unilateral in a sense. And because we're going through a full range of motion, it's really going to help with your acceleration sprint speed because the glutes and the hamstrings are extremely important for your acceleration, and so are your quads, which you're kind of getting a very balanced profile when it comes to this barbell split squat and the unilateral squat. I've done this with athletes who can run 10.6, 10.8, and it completely transformed themselves. They went from 11.2s to 11.4s, and they got really strong in this exercise, and they cracked 11s and run really good 40s and really good 100s from this simple strength exercise with some sprinting as well. Oh, I forgot to say, for the sets and reps, if we're trying to build strength, we're gonna go for probably 3 to 4 sets of 4 to 6 reps. What I personally do in the Speed Academy is 4 sets of 4 for all my strength movements, unless we're trying to build power. Now, if we're trying to build power, we can go higher sets and lower reps. So you can go for speed. And for this, I'd probably do the Smith machine only, not a barbell, because kind of can get a little dangerous. We'd probably do like 4 to 6 sets of like 2 to 3 reps, but then it's 40 to 60% of your 1 rep max. Also, too, if you're trying to go for strength, you want to go 80 to 100% of your 1 rep max for the 4 sets. You want to be doing 2 reps shy of failure. So whatever that percentage is, you can figure that out for yourself. And then for hypertrophy, which I wouldn't really do for most of my athletes, but that would be about 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps if you're trying to improve a hypertrophy for your strength movements. But you still have one issue. Knowing these 3 exercises are really important, and they're great because they're foundational to improving speed. Now, there's a reason why I only picked these 3 exercises. In a good world, in a good program, you're not only gonna be doing 3 exercises, but you might not be able to follow a full program. So maybe this is kind of like a checklist. Make sure you're doing this at least 2 times per week. You might not have enough time to work out, so this could be just a good checklist. Do these 3 things, take about 10 to 20 minutes, and you're out. Truly, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the other exercises are important. They improve minor aspects of sprinting, but if you really want to run faster, all you need to do is sprint. If you really wanted to dunk, all you really need to do is dunk. You could say you need to squat, you could say you need to do this plyometric and this secret exercise, but there is no secret exercise besides the goal itself. So you want to sprint, you got to run fast. You want to jump high, you need to jump high and do it often, and then rest hard and then train hard again. It really is that simple. I know there's a lot of science that can explain why you need more and more and more. And in my opinion, in the Speed Academy and all my programs, I do the extra plyometrics and the very specific, extensive stuff, intensive stuff, the accessory lifts, the compound movements. I do the whole picture. But if you want it gained and you want to do as little as possible and you don't want to follow a program, you don't give a shit about the science, you say fuck the science, you just want to just do simple bread and butter type of stuff, this is the bread and butter of improving, is sprinting fast, jumping high, and doing a good compound lift. It really is that simple. People can try to complicate it. People can try to say, oh, that's bullshit. There's all this. If you want to jump higher, take out the sprinting for max effort jumps. There you go. But you still have one issue. Knowing these 3 exercises are cool and all, but if you don't know the actual secret to improving your speed, then you're going to want to watch this video right here so you can actually pair these 2 things together to truly improve your speed.